That's going to be an interesting setup as Matisse is looking for first blood. Let's see if he can drop it, though. Kragan, he's the one with the molly. That actually might prove to be very useful if he falls, though. Kragan takes care of Matisse. Now trouble, but Blamef firing away as well as Jambo. And now Kragan alone. He's going to have to find an ace if he wants to clutch this one. Now a good start with one frag, finding the second. The fire where Jambo burns now gives himself a chance. Kragan, can he pull this off? Can he start this best of three off in an incredible turn of events? But the bomb is in no man's land. He's gonna have to fight if he wants to actually get this clutch. He knows about one player, but doesn't know about the other, and that's the problem. He could actually get double peaked at some point, but the player from Pop Dog is quite slow. Crim's relatively slow on the rotate. Kragan is gonna have isolated duels, and he's found the fourth. There's a chance, and a good one at that. Blamef, 70 HP versus 24. Kragan cannot miss a bullet, and he has missed a few. Just tagged Blamef a little bit, gets, or rather doesn't get the bomb plan. In the end, it was for naught. He found 4 frags and a valiant effort.
Trap is not yet sprung. Instead, main flushed out. That's an opportunity, but no, it's not to be. The bomb is still stuck in Pop, and Favin is activated out Ivy.
All right, might there be some chance for 9 as Favin finds his second. Looking for more, but 4 HP means he's gonna have to be really good on his aim, surgically precise. And Montu is actually the one that's gonna have to be the main man as Favin is now alone, rather. 1v2 with 3 HP on him. That would be incredible if he does it, but so little time left on the clock means he's just gonna get wasted by Blamef and his 4 for Fnatic. Such a different gameplay that we're used to seeing from online teams, where they try to play passive on train. Fnatic just putting the fight, bringing the fight to 9, and actually winning those gunfights. 5v3 and 9, no answer. Finally, that Molotov will at least take Crims out of the picture for a bit. Blamef still holding that forward angle. 60 seconds on the clock as 9 really need to think about things, but look at that angle. Montu had no chance as Blamef brings him down. And now 6 almost confirmed for Fnatic.
Really hard to break any little part of this armor. Conquerors of Prague might be on your screens right now. Fnatic, flawless gun round against the op, no less. And remember, is out of the picture. That's the second time whoever picks up that op gets domed. Do not pick that sniper up. It is cursed. Rawls looking for something back. BobXT's found Crims. Okay, maybe Matisse has something to say now, and will. BobXT hits the deck. Well, fear has been felled. So we are looking at a 2v3. 9 have control of the outer site. The problem is they need to commit to a position. And Jambo lurks with that op.
Just waiting for info, waiting for intel, just tapping that C4. Jambo playing behind the smoke. Will he expect Rawls? That's the question. The swing comes in, and no question about it, as the 9 Skipper manages to take the frag, and Matisse, maybe a clutch situation, 1v1 now against Rawls. He knows the opponent's position, but no utility for the CT player. He's gonna have to commit to a defuse if he wants to bring him out, and Rawls on the peak. That's 1 for 9. That's a start for the T's. They're gonna have to go through the smoke. 20 seconds on the clock as Matisse just waits behind it, finds one. Jambo good with that off, and fear there to add the finishing touches is Jambo. It's 8 for Fnatic, and they're strolling on this CT side. Favin found that first frag, and now maybe issues for the Fnatic side. They're gonna have to allocate another player towards B, and 9 can actually play around it. Throw a few pieces of utility before the main attack commences. Fear takes care of Rawls. Jambo, good timing, but a miss. That could prove to be costly, though. Good on the repick as Favin falls. They take care of that up, but Crims is there. He's on the server and ready to fight as he finds another one in this round, and Matisse comes to help his teammate to claim 10 for Fnatic. 9, do you want to bring up some pace? The answer seems to be yes. Blamef missed the player, and that's going to cost him. Good for Mattis to actually find a double. He gets traded back right away. It's a 3v3, but look, Fierce positioning. A good chance with shots means he's dead. Crims and Jambo, the only ones that remain. Is Crims going to get checked? Is he going to get challenged? That's the question. Can he find the first frag? Oh, that's a freebie. He saw the head sticking out, and there's Favin that falls. Now, where do you think Jambo is? If you're Bob, you're gonna have to get to the site, you're gonna have to get to the bomb. He has time. It's not against him just yet, and he's gonna make a long rotation. That's well played, but still against the op, only one click is enough for Fnatic to have 11 at the half.
The longer this goes, the less likely it is going to be A main, but will Jambo blink? I think he'll wait to hear the bomb try to go down. No way that Bob XD can sort of math out exactly where Jambo is. He has to slowly move through and clear all these angles. We already have a bit of a pullback. Crucially, Jambo did not peek outside to see that the bomb is still at the foot of the train. So right now, whether it's been calmed over or not, he's thinking maybe it's going to be the other way around, and he'll have to rotate in through Z. Well, Bob is definitely going to get that bomb plant. He's recovered it. Still doesn't feel like it's safe. Still doesn't feel like this is the place, but it will be. 15 seconds, and then the bomb goes down. Now Jambo has to move his way back to the original site, the outer site, and they'll meet in Z.
Oh, let's see if that D can do damage. That will be just insult to injury if he just 1Ds him.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was a miss and a half, and he managed to slink away. Bob XD can actually get a good post-plant position, though the incendiary might actually make it work. He's going to claim the second for 9. It's 2 at the half for 9. It's not enough, but it's something.
Before the halves switched, and it was ridiculous amounts of rounds in a row, let's be honest. But, well, a one-for-one trade is all we see so far. 9, they're going to need to do much better than that, and Kroggen's head has been taken off by the hometown hero, no less.
And now trouble. 2 players only remain in this pistol round. They're gonna have to make some work, but no, not gonna happen. Bob XD is the only one left alive in such low HP. He didn't stand a chance. It's 11 for Fnatic, and they're just steamrolling 9. Don't forget, Fnatic is not the one that picked this map. It was their opponents, and so far they're not showing it.
But Fnatic look like they are already there, and Jambo opening up onto Montu. That's been one of the names of this game, and just Crim's hunting with the SMG. Not yet showing any face. Oh, that was a really good flashbang, but Faven not able to connect. You get some slimmer, some shimmer of hope. That's it. But it's not enough.
It's only a
not
shadow
enough to grab onto.
Just an illusion that there was hope in this round for 9. 2 players remain, though heavily tagged are 3 on the Fnatic side. Will it be short-lived? That's the question. There's Rawls, there's 1, but his teammate gets domed, and Blame F just finishes the job. It's 10 map points, Fnatic. Just rubbing salt in a gaping wound so far. Montu, that SMG is going to get tested. They're going to double peek him, just a matter of time, and no chance versus Jambo. Rawls falls as well, and it seems to be the end of train before we even realize that the map has started. 1 by 1, the 9 players fall. It's only Bob. Will it be your uncle or will it be your daddy? But he's gonna have to collect 5 to be the latter.
If my daddy has XD in his username, he deserves to lose 13-2, and that's exactly what has happened. Blame F finishing the job, and at that point, I mean, 9 have yet to show up.
Which is interesting, given that this is their map pick. 9 actually chose to start on the T side. Let's see what they're going to do and if they have something ready. It's going to be a long push, protected by 2 Fnatic players. Jambo and Mattis just waiting for that attack. Mattis struggling, but claiming 1, searching for the second, unable to find him. He manages to go back, actually, to pit, and 2 players, 2 teammates there to protect him. There's still a chance as he finds 1 more head. Bob actually took care of Blame F, and there's Mattis, but Fear good on the trade, and this pistol round might be crumbling for 9 as Montu's trying to salvage something which is unsalvageable, and it's only Bob XD. 1v3.
He's got the dualies, at least it's 2 guns to 3, but I don't think it's going to be nearly enough as all Fnatic CTs are in the same spot. Good luck staring down 3 barrels at once.
From that angle, you have a good reason actually to throw that smoke. Of course, usually you want to throw that defensive smoke that blocks the T's off. That's something that can get into the T's heads as Crims finds another frag. It's a 5v3. Now they need to proceed to the B bomb site. They need to split it with whatever they have, but whatever Fnatic do, it turns to gold. It works out as they claim the first gun round, as they're not in a hurry to find that first frag, though. A split towards B comes in. Now Mattis needs to be careful, but a good straight out as he collects them all on mid. Crims just adds the finishing touches, just adds the finishing seasonings to this anti-eco, easily won by Fnatic. 9 back on a buy, and that's a good tag onto Mattis as he's brought down to 43 HP. That's not going to phase him, though, as they want to strike towards the tunnels. Kragan, that's a labored spray, but ends in the head of the opponent. Crims finds the trade, and that's well done from the veteran, but he's going to have to do more. And do they expect him to still be here? The answer seems to be yes, but a dink comes in nonetheless, though. He gets taken out. It's a man advantage for 9.
He will be allowed up on the box. This gives him a position. He can go back towards Gandalf, but he doesn't want it. Instead, maybe biting off a little more than he can chew towards short. And Fear will indeed be cut down as well. Blame F, the last alive, as often as it happens on the T side. Fnatic's CT side appears to be not shifting from that narrative point. And well, 9 score their first round victory in quite some time. He'd have to go through CT spawn to do so, and, well, Fear already pushed very far back. With Blame F going down, it feels like this is all or nothing, and Jambo, he is able to take a frag, but with Favin's lurk coming out, it's Matisse in a 1-on-3, unlikely to attempt it.
Do it.
The crowd would be on their feet for him if he did, but he's already slinking back over to the tunnels, and not without good reason. So, a second round for 9. Fnatic had a nice train, and there we are. Another Americanism for you guys. The soccer ball just got kicked by Matisse. Yeah. But with Montu finding Crims, this is 3 members, well, formerly 3, now only 2, have to accept this B hit. Multi-kills compulsory. Blame F, though, hiding. Oh, it's exposed, and it's only good for 1-for-1. That'll be nice and easy there for 9 as they grab their B plant. But this time around, the AWP, the A1S. Plenty of action here on Dust 2, and 9 are back up. They've gotten 3 rounds, more than they did on Train. And most importantly, they are 1 away from tying things up. Dust 2 can be a 50-50 map. I believe it was Storm on the desk making this exact point, that Dust 2, of course it was back in the previous series, everybody else more towards A. And of course, you've got Fear burrowed into long coming over. No sound. Blame F finds the first head. With Kraken going down, there's still Favin and Montu, but Obexty, he had infiltrated CT spawn. This is looking like Matisse needs to be the man of the hour. And even with the shadow advantage, Favin entries him down. Fear will be cut short. Crims, you have got to save that sniper. Give Jambo a look into the next round.
Give him a fighting chance. At 9.
Oh, is he really going to try to face this angle? Bob spots him. They know he's saving. They can go for this hunt a little bit. They got money in the bank. Crims, 1 bullet left. Oh, it's not going to quite be enough. And, well, apparently the USPS is more than all he needed. He even gets the fadeaway jump. Impressive.
Nice movement.
Scrappy buy with that saved AWP. Thankfully, Crims gave him the option. This will be a B rush. And now he's got only a deagle to deal with it. Fire at his feet. Kragan storms the gates, but it's Matisse with a 4K. And the USP out trying to go for the ace. There he is.
And he's looking to improve. Crims there with the support. It seems to be like 9 want to take control of mid, but that's going to be hard fought as Kragan falls, and somehow the Slovak still alive. As Fear finds Favin as well. Finally an answer courtesy of Bob. Blame F, well, baiting his teammate, but he's going to get a frag. And it's a 4v2. Rouse. Ooh, good angle. Crims faster, better in the duel. And now Montu alive only. The only one alive for his side. Crims will take him down, and Fnatic back in the driver's seat on Dust 2. He sent his teammate over to T-spawn, but the rotate is going to be quite slow. Should Fear die, that's going to spell trouble, and he's dead. So is Jambo, and Blame F now can't do anything. So many players just swarming his position. Now only 2 alive. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's just a dumpster fire of a timing, but he manages to stay alive on 29. Crims coming from short. Let's see what he can do.
Now he's moving through, spots another head. This is information for Matisse, who is slowly, silently creeping forward. Now up on the boxes, they're not daring to face, but there's so many bodies. And it's so difficult. Matisse only good for one more, and Crims, he'll be cut down as well. A tie half, 6 for 6. These teams inseparable on Dust 2. Let's see what happens once the half breaks. Still, information stings Montu. Oh, gushed so quickly by the Glock. Rawls, in theory, a little bit better. Those USPs finding some more action. Faven, healthy enough right now, but the rest of his teammates are not. And it's only Faven and Bob, but Crims stands alone. The Swede, the veteran. Don't count him out. He's got the bomb on his back, and he can absolutely make this happen.
Yeah, but no Kevlar. He's going to have to find isolated duels. Luckily for him, in a good manner, checking his angles, looking for the first, and he's going to find them, but 4 HP left on him. Not going to stand a chance against Faven as 9 collect the second pistol of Dust 2.
That's it. That's all they have. So he's also possessing the bomb right now, but if Kragan gets a little bit too aggressive, Matisse, one more bullet, but somehow Neo from the Matrix dodging around. Some beautiful moves from the Danish players, and well, Bob XD, he's trying to make things happen, and so far so good, but BlameF left in the 1-on-4, and he finds 2 with the Deagle. This could be catastrophic, but Rawls' flank is more than enough. And somehow 9 avert disaster. That looked so good for Fnatic.
Yeah, it looked so close, especially that first frag. It's going to be a bit of a slower round, but now things are about to speed up as Fnatic approached short. Bob XZ, seen a player, now he might be in trouble. He has support, though, and a lot of it. Kragan burning in that Molly, 10 HP left on him, but Bob found a frag. Now it's getting very hard for Fnatic to approach the site. They alleviate the pressure as they find 2 kills, and BlameF collects Faven. Also finding Montu before his demise. Rawls, his position now known as he was the one that tossed the grenade. But where's the C4? That's the question. They're going to need to fight Rawls for it, seemingly.
Yeah, it's up top because the drop there where Jumbo was domed earlier, that's where the bomb had been left, and that was missed information. Fnatic don't need it. They'll set off explosions with their own damn guns. Crims finishes the job with his flank through long, and so many other CTs can rotate over, but Fnatic are staring him down. Somehow he's looking down 4 different teams and still alive in the back of the site. The Swedish Wonderbus is more than enough to stall out for Faven, and look at that. The little buy goes a big way.
Oh yeah, and now they want to bring the fight to them. Could that be a mistake? Fear tucked in, finds one, not the other. And BlameF so far away already, same as AK seemingly, but now they know his exact position. 9 seems that like they are gonna hit 9 at this particular moment. 30 seconds on the clock for Blame.
And now with 5 seconds left, BlameF hoping to stay alive. If Montu swings on him after time, that could be impactful, but instead, the veteran Dane will stay alive in pit. Biding his time, grabbing that AK into the next round, and that is another lost CT player. Remember, keeping 3 alive, that's your target on the CT side. That's where you want to be. Recipient of a little bit of nade damage there. Not that that slowed his assault. 21 frags for the fan favorite, and BlameF will help him out as well. There you go. Traded in as BlameF gets 2. That is a +1 for Fnatic.
Yeah, and so much trouble for Bob. You're not going to stay alive that long if Fnatic decide to strike towards B side again. That was a one-and-done affair last time around. BlameF turns for the flash, finds another, and a lot of damage dealt. Bob XD, not a chance. Faven, what do you got to show us? 20 points of health, looking for something, looking for the frag. He knows that a few players are tagged, but is there a chance here? I think not, as smokes have fallen. Fnatic ready to plant the bomb and claim 8. A buy that only had 1 rifle, so that might happen again, but you can't really count on that round after round, right? As Fnatic want to go exactly there. Crim's first point of contact. Let's see what he can do. Sees the scout, not tagged just yet. He can still fight. That HG was beautiful. That's a Kobe, but Faven strikes back. Crim's again. He's opening the sight and maybe even closing the round as he finds another one. Faven, though, finds his 3rd, and now this still could be an active round, very much so. And Crims needs to stay alive, needs to escape with the bomb, but that's not gonna happen. They know where Matisse was. He needs to fight. 1v2, 40 seconds on the clock, more than enough time. And look at the HP on the side of 9. That's so important. He's just gonna swing them, or is he though? No! Oh! Favin making it work for 9 as they're keeping themselves alive. Again, their one rifle.
It's here, now, or maybe never. And look at the buy. Not good for Fnatic. AWP out for Montu. Favin blind, but he's not the only defender. Some damage put down range. Blame F. And Prim's going to be swinging out for it. And there's so many defenders to accept them. A +1 for 9. Weapon's going to be recovered.
Oh!
And Montu do it. No! Blame F swings for the fences, and Fear helps them out with the knockout. But Bob has the smoke lineup.
And it seems to be a B split. 2 players coming from tunnels, 3 from mid. The B defense, will it hold? That's the question. Rawls breaks the smoke. No player seen. He wants to go through it. That might cost him, but nades in hand might actually get something to 9. Not gonna happen. Crims finds the opening kill. Matisse takes Bob XZ, and Kragan is released. He's looking for more. Not able to find the pistols. Overwhelming. 1 player advantage. Blame F lineup finds 1. It's Jambo and Fear. They're the ones that remain. Favin again in a position to clutch. Let's see if he can be the hero of his team once more. 22 frags, bomb planted, but a kit is on him. There is no reason to hurry. He must find the kill, finds 1, knows where the other one is.
He knows!
Favin takes it for 9's map point.
Not at all. The HP has not been advantaged for any of these players in so long, and Rawls even gets the better of Crims on the peak. Jambo not able to swing off of that flash. This is a 3 versus 4. They know where 2 of the defenders are, but now enough time has passed. Are they still going to be there? Jump spot for Rawls.
Jambo needs to be the main man here. 80 points of health. He is the healthiest player on the side of Fnatic. They're going to have to find that first kill. 1 player towards long, taken care of for the other on ramp. They know where he is, but they really can't swarm him so easily with such little HP. So Jambo does his work and takes down Montu. Dust 2 is given and given, but will Bob clutch this out? So low is the health on the Fnatic players. This is doable. 1 bullet was enough to take out Matisse. Now he's looking for more. He knows that there's a chance. He feels it in his bones. Bomb just landed, and he has a kid! Oh! Look at that! That's a way to end the map and send us to the skater. 9 take 13 on Dust 2. They steal away Fnatic's pick, and this best of 3 ain't over, not even close. It's going to be a pretty looking execute, if I do say so myself, as the attack starts from ramp. Blame F collects 1. There's Matisse with 1 more. Favin brought 1 down, and Rawls takes care of 1, though trades 1 for 1 go galore. Crim's in trouble as he's now between 2 players. Needs to find a way to escape. He's rather going to fight, and Kragan takes care of him. Only Jambo remains, but he's going to see the bomb. Oh, no. Whiffs coming in, and Rawls collects. Oh, that was so unfortunate. So unlucky, and 9 claimed the pistol round.
Nice little domain for the 2 anchors on the B site. Donut, first point of contact, Jambo. Oh, he was looking the other way, but Favin only good for the 1, and Crims, he sacrifices his life so Jambo can get away, but Montu won't let him escape. Not without paying the piper. 3v3, and the B site now abandoned. That's where 9 are heading.
Oh yeah, 9 are reading Fnatic like a book. Is this going to be an open and shut case? 25 seconds on the clock as Fnatic are rotating back with 2 players. They can definitely defend this site. The question is, how is their aim? Fear, the first point of contact, finds 1. Ooh, and there's the other, courtesy of Mattis. Only Montu remains at 50 points of health. He's going to have to stick this plant, at least acquire a bit more money for his team. Now looking for the clutch, but so many players around him. He's running out of bullets, finds 1, looks for the second, not going to happen. Really well. He can actually get multi-kills on a buy round with it, and looking for something now. There you go. There's the swing, and Fear did not even stand a chance against the MAC-10 hero. Matisse, he needs to fight, but he's just gonna get destroyed by Favin. Shot in the back of the head. Blame F trying to salvage something, but he knows that this round could very well be over. Bomb planted, and 9 claim control over this buy round.
Yeah, that's gonna be a 3rd round for 9 every way. And you can imagine Bob might not even let them stay alive. Well, Jambo will shoot 1 back, and that relieves the pressure on the flank. Save can be orchestrated here. Would love to see Blame get a little bit more active looking for some action, but with the total collapse of map control elsewhere, there's no idea whether or not Nine are already infiltrating mid. X filling out that direction with the bomb. Gonna go off here in a moment. That means that everything is all that it looks like. No surprises here. Another round win for Nine.
As the attack commences towards A, Rawls gets destroyed by Blame F and Crimson. Blame F finds the double, looking for more. He wants to be now the first point of contact, and he collects them all. Mantu finally shuts him up, but too little, too late, I would say, as it's a 4v2. Though Crimson Jambo are pretty low, so maybe still a fighting chance for a Nine, especially due to the fact that Faven has gained a lot of ground toward the other side. The thing is, they need to take care of Fear. He is kind of the main point of contact, and they've done just that. Now they've bought themselves so much more breathing room as the rotate comes in from the CTs. Trim's only good for one. It's a 1v1 against Faven, and Jumbo is so low. 10 points of health. Faven manages to slink away towards the back site. Now he is the main man here. Jumbo really needs to find good timing. He needs to hope to do something here, and the bomb is ticking away, though Jumbo with 10 HP gets the clutch and gets the round for Fnatic. Be reset as well. This round could very well paint a picture of the first half. Ooh, Fear. Ooh. That's an offensive try, though try he might. He's not going to succeed. Blame F took care of Kraken. 2 for 2, 3v3 as Rawls is only on 14 points of health. They're going to have to slow it down, but Crims, a forward position on mid, could be a double-edged sword, but for now he gets a lot of intel.
Yeah, this is a really good position for Fnatic to be in, but the longer it goes without them really confirming where the T's are, the more doubt will start to creep in, especially if Blame F doesn't stick around to watch from mid, and he doesn't. He starts to fall back, so Crims will not stay there for long. Jambo spots out some cave presence. Bob not able to do anything other than confirm that his position is indeed over there. Rawls needs to steer clear of that fire, and Mantu pushing up short. This is an opportunity, but Jambo, he's caught behind the fire. He goes for it. And he swings and decapitates his opposition. Will be traded by Bob, but Blame is there, only good for damage. Crims is set up. There's no health on these two remaining. There hasn't been a walkover round where Fnatic have just had an easy breezy time. They still don't have a sniper deployed. Just to put it into perspective, Jambo is going to have to frag out with the A4, just as he fragged out with the AK earlier. And now it's mid. It's mid, and oh, Blame! He's going to be caught in no man's land. It is going to be a trade. Faven brought so low by Fear. This is still good for Fnatic, but no, they can't let it get away from them.
Yeah, absolutely, though. Bob takes care of Crims. Now things are starting to crumble for Fnatic. They don't have control of the site. It is Nine that plant the bomb. And with a man disadvantage, what do? Ooh, you destroy Bob XD. Give yourselves a chance. They are aware of a T presence and a chance for a flank, and that is a very ambitious flank from the side of Nine. Only one player present at the site. Jambo takes care of Faven. There's still a chance for Fnatic, but they gotta speed things up, and Mantu catches them off guard. It's Jambo again, trying to clutch, but he knows not enough time, not a chance, no kit, and pulling back. Nine back in the lead.
Yeah, big impact from Mantu there. Humongous. Without that, there's no hope for Nine to score a fourth round, but they break the tie in their favor. This is looking a lot more like Dust 2 than it was like Train. Let me tell you that, Yuba. We are looking at...
Oh, though Jambo gets the lead. He is tagged low. The only guy with a rifle. Blame F takes care of Kraken. Now this attack might even crumble, but Mattis only a P250, and that's not going to be easy against Rawls SMG. As he goes through the smoke, not going to happen just yet. The attack proceeding. The pistol doing work. Crim's good for one, but Mattis not even that. It's a man advantage for Fnatic. Bomb planted, not just yet. Jumbo through the smoke, catches one, sees the other, but still a chance for Faven. Bomb planted, now gets finds two, though it's not enough as Blame F collects and finds four for Fnatic.
Well, there you have it again, inseparable. But only one left alive. You believed in the Faven turret for just a second. Not enough.
He's gonna be tested. How fast are you? The answer is fast enough to catch the first guy off guard. There's Blame. Through the smoke sprays, labored, but finds two. Two remain, more for Nine. Matis goes through the smoke, but that was ambitious, and Fnatic might be punished.
Oh, he's so low. Rawls has 5 points of health and needs to complete the 1-on-3 as Jambo has found his 11th frag, 10th and 11th in this round. Fragging out with the rifle, give him the big green finally, and the economy can develop as long as Fnatic keep 3 alive. We'll see. Full rifles again, and Rawls had no opportunity. He was looking at his view model like, what's this gun? Mac 10? No, where's my trusty one? Coach Lau told me you always have enough money for a deagle.
Oh, yeah.
And you always have enough teammates for a boost. Let's see. Maybe Crims will get bamboozled, but instead it's Blame F to accept with open arms all of those very trusty pistoliers. Montu the only one to get anything back, and 6 for Fnatic secured. Kill feed will remain silent for now as Jambo has to start watching his 6.
Yep.
If it's over, great clothesline. There's the tripwire as well onto Rawls. If he has it, the shoulder peek not good enough, but immediately traded as they pounce onto the site. This is a 3-on-3.
Very interesting attack coming from 9, but Jambo stood his ground. Crims not so much. There's Matisse good only for 1. Blame F against 2. But he's so far away from the bomb. Needs to gain a lot of ground before he even attempts this clutch. And you can expect Bob to be right place, right time with that op. How quick will he be? That's the question. The answer quick enough, as only 1 round separates these 2 teams once again.
We could be in for another 6 for 6. That's how Dust 2 closed out its first half. Scrappy buy, and very far forward Blame. Not known for his aggression necessarily, but he takes Kragan out, and Jambo scored with the AWP. They only claw 1 back with utility, but Matisse can be the man to pounce.
This could be interesting positioning for Fnatic. Is Crims gonna get checked? Is he gonna get challenged? The answer is no. Finds a freebie. There's 1 more. Oh, there's Matisse to cover his teammate, and only the upper remains in the final round of the half. He has to commit to this. Going through the smoke, not gonna help him as Crims claims round number 7 for Fnatic. Improving your statistics a little bit. Fnatic is going to charge this at pace. Rawls finds first blood, looking for more, unable to find it. There's the re-swing from the CTs, but Blame F with the P250 does his work. It's a 3-on-3, and Matisse found a knife kill. What is that insanity? That's calamity for 9, but Bob XD might actually have a chance. Finds 1, not the other, and puts Kragan in a position where he must clutch.
Man, what are the scenes on Ancient? Yet another series where knives come out. And of course it had to be Matisse. 3 frags, 1 of them making him so very rich. Big bounty when you behead Favin like that. And there it is, finishing it off in style, a headshot with a stolen USPS. In that kind of situation, you could see it on Favin's face, clear as day. Still, Fear only good for the 1, and the USPs are starting to frag out. Jambo has a lot on his shoulders all of a sudden, and same for Matisse. They're infiltrating. Rawls hasn't been spotted, but will eventually be checked, and the bomb should be able to go down after all. But that's opportunities to recover weaponry. Sure, one of them is only a Mac 10, but there should be a bona fide rifle there. Somebody can scarp her off with.
What is the plan for 9? What are you going to do in this position? Do you want to just play for exits? It seems to be the case, as Favins D connects his 3rd shot. Well, 3rd time's the charm, and he proved just that. 2 rifles left in the hands of Fnatic as 9 want to tighten up that noose. They want to take those rifles out as soon as possible, do some eco damage, and that's going to be the case as none of the Fnatic players will be survivors of this round. They will claim 9, but they lost a lot against just USPs. Domes, Bob XD brings it back into a 4v4, and Fnatic now are gaining ground. They want to split towards the A bomb site. Kragan defending only with a Mac 10. He could well get overwhelmed, but finding the first frag, he does. Jambo with the trade. Montu sees the shadow. He sees the player. This is going to be complete chaos, but they're solving it. They're figuring it out. And Rawls, Mac 10, his weapon of choice, that's a definite, but really on long range, he can't hope to do much. Bomb will be planted and Favin destroyed. Now only Rawls remains, and they know where he is.
Jambo the Destroyer, that's for absolute sure, and Fear will finish the job. Not equipped with the right weaponry, almost burning to a crisp here. And there it is, the wall bang. dies without seeing a single enemy. Montu tries to do a little bit better, but he'll be traded, and Jambo just sailing them on through. The bomb will go down, and there's really no hope for these pistols. At best, they can scrape away with a rifle, but even that looks too tall a task.
It is a really tall order, especially now when Bob is on the ground and Kragan waiting for an exit. Not gonna find it, at least not yet. It's 11 for Fnatic. 2 rounds left to go for them to go to the upper bracket finals. Tomorrow, if they win this map, they will be facing ENCE for the grand finals of the Conquest of Prague.
Can't quite plant the bomb yet without baiting out a whole lot of counter utility, but Montu tries to get way too aggressive, and Matisse will put him in the ground. He knows there's likely TTs here. Reload's not enough, and the triple comes out for the hometown hero. Bob XT will finally silence him, but you can't silence the crowd. This is gonna be map and series point for Fnatic.
Courtesy of Matisse. That was fantastically done. Crims takes care of Bob, and they know where Kragan is. He's not gonna escape with this rifle, not so easily, especially with the backstab coming from Jambo. It's 7 match points, Fnatic.
7.
Grim for 9, especially given their equipment in this round. Utility already almost completely wasted, and there's Crims to start things out. Matisse takes one and the other, cleans up mid, and they know what's going on. It's a 3v2. They can proceed to the side, just send that one player to scout. As soon as he figures stuff out, the bomb can come, get planted, and finish this best of 3. Fnatic 1 foot in that duel against ENCE. 17.
It's what we all expected. It's what we were all thinking. And of course, it has to come off the back of Matisse multi-fragging to get them in to pole position. Favin and Rawls. They need one more round, Fnatic, and they will make their way over. Backs against the wall. Favin falls, and Matisse, Krasny Skvele Prazi, he makes it happen for Fnatic.
Fnatic going through. It was a very difficult best of 3 when we count the fact that